Like, it down. It's all of that for me. Okay.
The 2 clicks for me.
Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Between Sisters. I'm Kaya, and I'm here with my sisters, my road dogs, my San Tropez homies, and now Monte Carlo and Ibiza. The list keeps growing. First in, we got Keisha. Kish. Next in, we got Shauna Dawn. Last but not least, we have EVE. Shout out to Chillay. So much in the headlines. And before we even start with the headlines, the breaking news right before we even started recording is that Vanessa Bryant won a lawsuit along with the plaintiffs of the victims.
Thank God.
Of the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and a multitude of others. They won $31 million.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
As a group?
As a group.
Okay.
Yes. So congrats to Vanessa. She said, not so. Y'all not going to do this. Y'all not going to get away with this. Y'all not going to mess with my husband's legacy, his name.
The fact that you're taking pictures of a victim who was decapitated, then to post it and share it.
Yeah. They deserve to go to hell with
gasoline draws on a speedboat.
So insensitive, like
with John Wick and the pit bull.
So ridiculous.
And Coda nipping at their toes.
Definitely nipping at mine right now.
I'm just like, saying. Just saying, yeah. So congrats to
those families,
Vanessa Bryant and the families that have lost their loved ones in the horrific helicopter crash. So next up, we have Joe Biden. Joe Biden came out and on his Instagram, Twitter, all his social media pages and said, looky here. I am going to forgive your federal student loans for families that are under $250,000 and individual borrowers that make less than $125,000. He'll forgive up to $10,000 for federal student loans
if they didn't receive a Pell Grant.
So
sorry, go ahead.
Only 10,000.
Yes.
Yo.
Well, I mean, look, there's.
But if you did receive a Pell Grant as an undergraduate student, you'll have up to $20,000 of their student loan debt forgiven.
And how much they gave to Ukraine?
Right.
Well, he just agreed to an additional $3 billion.
And how much we getting off our debt and student loans?
You heard it, $10,000 if you got Pell.
There are people in their 60s and 70s still paying off loans.
That part.
Collectively, I don't even think America got over $3 billion worth of student loans. I'm being sarcastic. I'm pretty sure it's more. But I'm sure that the amount that Ukraine has received can cover all of our student loans.
Didn't it say it was like something it was in the trillions, the amount of student loan.
Okay.
It was in the trillions.
Is that including dead people?
Oh, well.
Because like if they just keeping the number, are they deducting it from the people that are dying? Because that $1 trillion could be from 1920. Like, and I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being real.
So it's 1.6 trillion in outstanding debt. And he already forgave 32 billion.
Oh, okay. See, all right. So I stand corrected. So he forgave 32 billion so far.
Or
okay.
He canceled that. Yeah.
Okay. So
yes. So just to bring it all into focus. So on Wednesday, Biden announced his plan to address the student loan debt, which includes debt forgiveness for certain borrowers and extending the pandemic-related payment pause. The Biden administration has already canceled nearly 32 billion of the 1.6 trillion in outstanding federal student debt by expanding existing forgiveness programs for public sector workers, disabled borrowers, and students who were defrauded by for-profit colleges.
Okay, I mean, something, like I said, something is better than nothing.
Nothing.
So beggars can't be choosy. Be grateful for what you get. You know,
we ain't beggars. We ain't beggars.
Yeah.
We pay our taxes. And that taxes has gone. Ukraine has just passed the 6-month mark of being at war. And Zelensky has come forward and said that, he thinks that the globe is getting war fatigue. I mean,
obviously.
He came out with the old James Cleveland and was like, he was like, you just can't give up now. He said, you come too far from where you started from. He said, nobody told y'all that the road was going to be easy.
I believe.
He said, but I don't believe that he brought us this far to leave us. Well, but you know what? God didn't bring us this far down that road. We wasn't on that road.
No. But I guess when we pump our gas and all that money we put in the tank, I guess we on the road with them. See, I got my period right now, so I feel like complaining about every little thing. I'm pissed about everything.
He's pissed, guy. He's pissed.
There's no, I'm one of those people, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm just angry at the world right now. Because I'm trying to have peace and happiness. And every time I leave my house, I'm affected by everything in the world. So pack of chicken, oxtail, everything is expensive. Gas.
They're saying there's a study out now that's saying that eating out may actually be cheaper than buying groceries.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes. We like to eat lamb chops. Lamb chops are expensive. Yeah. We used to eat lamb chops like maybe once a week. That's a treat. That's like buying crab legs in this house.
No, that's like buying.
That's what you get for being bougie. That's what you get for being bougie.
Girl.
Now the only lamb you need to consume is the Lamb of God.
You just start singing.
That's the only lamb you need to have.
Why did you wave like that?
That's the only lamb you need right now.
Oh, Jesus.
But unfortunately, if we're honest about it, a lot of these student loan debt, it disproportionately affects Black and brown people.
Yep.
Yes.
Because that debt is then on your credit report, can buy property. It's just a thing that stays with you.
Yep.
Because I know it's on mine. I know an attorney, and a few weeks ago, and she was like, I only have $10,000 like left. Like, she's seen that as a big accomplishment, because she's like, oh my gosh, I only have $10,000 left. And she's an attorney.
That's sad.
And she's like, I only have. Just like, you only have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here struggling with my student loans. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to start tricking or something if I can't afford it. Because
For the people that's talking about, oh, well, let's go, or let me go to graduate school, or let me,
because the bar and working in HR, the bar is raised now. Like a bachelor's doesn't mean anything mostly anymore. Like you gotta have a master's or higher just for even for an associate salary. Because the salaries that I'm seeing with the master's degree, I'm like, so I went to school and paid all this to be sitting here making what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just for y'all to tell me that's not enough.
Just exactly. And then I still got to pay back how much money
Oh, yeah.
for that salary.
Yep. And I mean, we had a president that was not equipped for the position that he was in, but he had the highest position in the land, and he had no training. He had no idea how to do the job. Left the job, took the job, took all the
Documents.
took the job documents, took G14 classified documents, and yet we still have to pay back money to and pay for a war that we don't. I'm just saying.
The ghetto.
You know who I applaud? Anybody that never even stepped their foot in college and made it.
Yeah.
I'm so tight.
And you too, with your masters. I'm sorry.
And you sure pulled a good one over me. I was the dumb one.
Oh, Lord.
Got me good because I was the dumb one going to.
Listen, I Audible and Kindle. I read. I get a good amount of information. You just ain't gonna get me no more.
But what I noticed, and it's just not to make it a racial thing, but I've noticed that they keep raising the bar because we keep going higher.
Right.
Like you got your masters, and you talking about having a hard time finding a
And now
job.
now that everybody now has their masters, it's like, oh, well, now everybody needs
A PhD.
And I was thinking about getting my PhD, and I was just like, don't even do it to yourself. Don't do it.
You can kiss my PhD.
That's what I said. I was just like, you're not even gonna do it to yourself. Don't do it. Spend all this money getting out these loans, and for what?
Just for them to say, now you need a doctorate.
Doctorate.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
That's it.
That's like in the nursing field. A lot of Black nurses years ago were becoming LPNs. And then when the Black nurses woke up and was like, oh, I'm going to go get my RN. Then they were like, okay, well, with your RN, you need your bachelor's. And then when the Black nurses go and get their bachelor's, oh no, now you should get your master's. It's always, they keep raising it.
Right.
Because we are getting educated. Which is a good thing, but,
A great thing.
Yeah. I had mentioned in a previous show one time, and I have to reiterate this for any non-Black person that's watching this. And if you are a Black person that's watching this, please educate all your non-Black friends. There are Black colleges out there.
Yes.
HBCUs.
My husband at his job was talking to a group of nurses who are non-Black, and they were flabbergasted to know that there were HBCUs. So then my question is, so do they think that we are not going to college? Because if you look at the percentage that go to all white colleges, it's not that much. So then where do they think we were going? I guess nowhere.
I feel like with those, you always have to start at the very beginning. We had to have our own because we weren't let in.
Yes.
So that's why we have the HBCUs, because we weren't let in. That's why we have certain organizations, because we weren't let in.
Yeah, and if you do not know what an HBCU stands for, it's an historically Black college and or university, which Angelina Jolie's daughter just recently enrolled and began her.
And shout out to Angelina.
Which I
Which one is her child going to?
So,
get out of here.
Shout out to Angelina.
She definitely made headlines, and now everybody.
Excellent. Oh, they put Spelman on the map. Yeah.
She was doing a cha-cha slide and a Cupid shuffle.
That's her mom. She could have persuaded her to go to the Ivy League, where it's predominantly white, but she allowed
where all of Hollywood
right, kids go.
They pay off the to get their kids, and they have endowments,
but she allowed her daughter them to choose.
So. Well, let us know what you think about Biden's new plan for student loan forgiveness, and whether or not you think it's something that'll benefit the community. Moving on to Atlanta, ATL. I don't know what's going on up at ATL. Lord have mercy. So apparently there was a woman that opened fire in Midtown Atlanta, killing 2 and injuring 1. And there have been speculations and videos and posts going around on social media saying that this woman went to a few police stations complaining about these people that she shot. So let's just put out exactly what happened, and then we'll kind of dig into the motive behind it.
There's court docs
about what happened behind it.
Yes, okay. That she felt something at work with the audit. So she started to express, they doing something, I don't think is right. And then she said after that, she started to feel like they were retaliating.
Okay, well let's go to what happened first, and then go to the pre. Okay? All right. So according to the New York Times, a pair of afternoon shootings by the woman who was later arrested at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta Airport were not random, the police said. A woman shot and killed 2 people and injured a third in Midtown Atlanta on Monday, prompting an extensive search by multiple law enforcement agencies that led to her arrest at the airport, police said. The daytime shooting drew heavily armed police officers to busy Midtown on Monday afternoon and briefly led the police to urge residents to stay off the streets as they search for the person responsible for the shooting. About 2 hours after the shooting, the police said that Raissa Kengne had been arrested and that officers had recovered a semi-automatic handgun. The police did not immediately discuss a possible motive. Ms. Kengne faces multiple charges, including murder, non-negligent manslaughter, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during a felony, and false imprisonment. She was denied bond at a hearing on Tuesday morning. Kengne's mother said by phone on Monday night that her daughter had recently quit her job and that she had never touched a gun in her life. Mayor Andre Dinkins praised the strong coordination and professionalism of law enforcement agencies and the vital support and information from the public that he said had helped the police track down the woman. The police said that an extensive camera network had also helped the search. Boy, they just looked at the footage. An extensive camera network. Y'all just looked at... I want to say clearly that the security of the airport was never compromised, Mr. Dickens said. The suspect was apprehended prior to being in any controlled areas of the airport. So, She got arrested. She never touched a gun. She quit her job. She knew the people.
Yeah.
But they did not know what the motive was initially.
Right.
Why did she end up, allegedly, why did she end up going to shoot the three people and killing two people and injuring the third?
Well, now they're finding out that she had filed court documents. She's filed some lawsuits. She's
on camera.
Went to like news stations. Like she was really wanting to get this story out there. So if she can find herself a good attorney,
she better get off.
I don't. But you hear the officer saying, "Do what you got to do."
Ooh.
In one precinct, because in one of the videos, she was explaining to the officer, a black officer,
right, that
met her at the desk. She was looking at her like.
That's how she did it, Kyle.
Mm-hmm. She was looking at her like.
Well, you need to do what you got to do.
Now.
She was like, and then I went to the 5 precinct, and then the 5 precinct told me to go to the 2 precinct. And I'm just saying, she was naming the number of precincts that she went to. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact precincts that she went to. And, and it was just like, well, like basically, what you want me to do?
She felt like the people that the management people of where she lived gave them the key to get inside her condo, because she was like, one day she came home, her safe, they had ransacked the apartment, they had gone in the safe to take all the files and the evidence that she had. So as this really is some other stuff that's there that she just wasn't
innocent.
Just some crazy
lady that just was like,
that
wasn't. You kept on messing with her.
Right, you kept
on messing with her. Look, I think it's very serious. She was at a job being retaliated on. You was messing with her.
Mm-hmm. And you pushed her to her limit.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. She snapped.
I don't condone killing.
Of course.
But
definitely.
But there's a lot of this could have been avoided.
Yes.
If it was rectified from day one, or all the precincts that she went to had helped her, sat her down and said, okay, let's peel these layers back, none of this would have happened. So she should be the only one going down.
Right, and especially if she's been trying to get help, she doesn't know what these people could do to her. They already raided her house.
Right.
So in the streets, it's more like, I'm going to get you before you get me.
And the fact that here she is, a Black woman, making these accusations against these white men. Is it a case of we're not going to listen because you're just another angry Black woman?
Yeah.
Summon now look.
I'm sorry that she felt that was her only recourse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And this probably was really burning her up at night. You imagine, like, she probably was losing sleep over it. For her to even go get a gun, this was eating her alive. And people were, we don't even know what her mental health condition was, too. So she probably became paranoid. She probably was leaving her place and looking around the corner to see. Because if somebody really went in your apartment and ransacked your apartment and went through your safe, now you're definitely paranoid.
Right. You can't go to sleep, like a real sleep at night.
No, you sleep with one eye open.
Especially thinking the owners gave someone
a key. Yup. And she was parent, and I could only imagine if the police was not listening to her story. Imagine all her.
She had nowhere to go.
She filed report. She's suing them. So there is a paper trail.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that unfortunately we as Black women don't have no who can I run to.
Mm-hmm. She was
Raissa.
And now, like, all the news stations are saying, "Oh yeah, she did reach out to us."
Oh, now.
And everybody
In April? It's August.
Yep.
Not to revert back, because we talking about apples. I don't want to bring oranges into the story, but I'm gonna bring a little orange over here. We had discussed bullying. I think it was earlier this year or sometime last year, and I had made a point where there are people who are sending their kids to school that are getting bullied on a regular. There are staff members that see these students. There are teachers that are watching the bullying. There are principals that are watching the bullying. And it's kind of like this lady going to the police. Like, if you keep telling people seeing you getting abused and no one hears you, then you're going to retaliate. It may not be the right way, but you're going to retaliate. So my thing is, if you are of some authoritative level and someone's coming to you on a regular and saying, please help me. Little Joey keeps talking about my acne. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say, oh, go back to your classroom, because now you are telling this person that your problems don't really matter. Right. This lady went to 2 or 3, how many precincts she went to?
And she went to the courts. So she DC to Washington, DC to try to find a lawyer.
Yeah. And no one heard her.
Right.
And this is what happens when you got somebody who is like, I can't do this no more.
And I don't even feel like I should have to say this, but she's a very articulate woman.
Mm.
She's very bright. She and I don't even feel like I should have to say it, but she has wits about her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's.
Yeah.
And I'll say, just for the record, the melanin movement and Between Sisters does not condone violence.
Right. We don't.
We don't condone violence.
I'll just say that.
But we do have something to say.
Yeah. And it's sometimes when you don't hear us, we'll make you hear us.
Message.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, I have a somewhat famous woman. Probably never heard of her, but you did hear of her in a song. You heard of her when her father said, I'm just out here, trying to make money to feed my daughter.
Oh.
That's fine.
I know, me too. I was like, what you said?
He said it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Talking about someone no other than the Notorious B.I.G, Christopher Wallace. His daughter's in the news, but not because she following her father's footsteps, dropping a hot 16, T'yanna Wallace. She's in the news because she has a boyfriend, and she decided to put up.
It's actually her child's fault.
No child. Stupid is as stupid does. Now, if you have been under a rock, living in a remote village with no access to Wi-Fi, and you have not heard this story, let me enlighten you.
Free.
Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Now, according to hiphopdx.com, T'yanna Wallace put up the money for her. T'yanna?
Yes.
T'yanna. All right.
These names are fucking her up.
T'yanna.
It's okay. Put up the money for her longtime partner, Tyshawn Baldwin, after he was arrested for an accident that injured 3 people, including a mother and her toddler.
Oh
now, I actually saw the video. Horrific. This nigga need to go under the jail. But anyway, the incident took place on August 10th as Baldwin attempted to flee police during a routine traffic stop in Queens. He turned himself into authorities 6 days later, and a judge, Scott Dunn, ordered Baldwin to be held on $1 million bond. But Wallace bailed him out less than 24 hours later. Now, Wallace, T'yanna, put up her $1.5 million home to bail him out. Okay? I said she put up her $1.5 million home to bail him out.
I heard you.
I swear there's no penis in the world that is that good.
That's her child's father. Her infant child, her daughter. That's her infant daughter's father.
The accident occurred after police stopped Baldwin for allegedly parking his 2021 Durango SRT Hellcat in a busy intersection, having a loud exhaust and dark tinted windows. Now, if you don't know what a Durango SRT Hellcat is, a Durango is an SUV by Dodge, and you know the SRT is the make of the engine. You know what I'm saying? While he initially complied with the officer's instructions, providing his license and registration, once the officer ran his registration and they realized that his license was suspended and ordered him to get out of the vehicle, Baldwin instead allegedly put his foot on the gas and slammed into a mother, pushing her and her 2-year-old daughter that was in a stroller, as well as a food delivery man. All 3 suffered serious injuries. Now, because I saw the video, it was broad daylight.
In Queens.
It was like he just did not care. It was like he aimed straight for them. Like he did not even try to bob and weave.
He panicked.
That's sad.
So now instead of you having an issue with your license, you get in 25 years. You can possibly face 25 years in prison if you're convicted. Tyshawn.
Child.
I was about to say, child. Couldn't have been.
You know, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes if it was my husband. I guess because it's my husband, I would bail him out. I wouldn't want to bail him out, but I would bail him out, knowing that he's going to be serving time.
He gonna serve. Something.
Hey, he can't even say
he gonna serve something.
They say he was having a seizure for the moment.
May not be the full, but
yeah,
something. He gonna serve something.
I don't know if I would be able to like
bleed out.
I'm not in that predicament, but I don't know. Like it's just like, yo, you were wrong. Like I can't.
It's her daughter's father.
I understand that, but it's just like you knew what you was doing.
She's not thinking about it as this is my man. She's thinking about it as this is my infant child's father.
But the infant,
I don't want him to not be.
So he could have possibly took away somebody else's.
I'm not saying
Right.
Agree. I'm saying why she put up the $1.5 billion.
My thing is like he wasn't thinking about you guys at that moment.
You're right.
He wasn't thinking about his life, his kids.
Yeah, you're right.
He made that choice on his own. So now you have to pay for the consequences of your choice.
All you had to do was get arrested.
All you had to do was get arrested. Just get arrested.
And then she would have bailed him out anyway.
And now you got manslaughter charges, all this stuff because you made that choice for yourself. So you know what? Sit in that choice.
I just think this shows that everybody is not about that life. They'll be all, but then as soon as it happens, it's like, oh no, I ain't going to jail.
And you messed up somebody else's life, multiple people's lives, just for that.
Thank God they're still
able to live, but you could have possibly killed because you were afraid of going to jail because of your license.
Hey, Fanny.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, your father is no longer here, so we know you didn't have that. But
oh yeah, she could be also thinking that like I'm not gonna have mine.
Right.
I didn't have mine.
I didn't have mine. I don't want my daughter to have that same.
But it's just like
situation.
He's not dead. He just.
But still, if you have never been to
right, I get it.
And I will say this as someone who has seen kids, who have seen young kids when they're done on that floor and they're crying. I want daddy. I don't want to leave him. I understand.
Yeah, I understand. I understand both sides, but
I understand both sides too, but I also both sides low key, not even low key, high key, blame daddy for putting himself in certain positions as well.
No, I'm not saying, he was smart in this.
Like he said, for the people that called police on me when I was just out here trying to feed my daughter. It's all good, baby.
But I'm mad you using Biggie lyrics.
I'm gonna need you to log off right now. It's becoming my show now.
That's what I'm mad you using Biggie lyrics.
Log off.
It's all good, baby. Huh. You know what, T'yanna?
Child.
You know what? I hope that this situation works out.
Yeah.
And I hope you keep your $1 million home.
Yes.
Yes.
For you and your baby.
Yes.
And I hope you, like Dougie Fresh said, cut that zero. And get you somebody that's going to make better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
For you and that baby moving forward.
Yeah.
Because would he do it for you?
Nope. That's a good question.
That is the question.
And anybody that would run over people in the street will not do it. They would not bail you.
If you can run over a mother and her child,
he is not bailing.
He is not bailing you out.
Nope.
He probably don't even got the money to do it.
He
don't got nothing.
Any man that can literally watch you as a woman and mow you over with an SUV and your toddler, he's soulless. He's soulless. He's soulless like that choir that was singing Lauryn Hill.
Message.
Yep. I'm sorry, T'yanna, that he ain't it. He ain't it, boo boo.
No.
You made a bad decision, but you young, you can recover from it, boo boo. Listen to your aunties. You can recover. You can recover.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next episode of Between Sisters.
I was like, if he didn't,
he had his Bible.
He didn't jump to the floor.
He's like,
he sat there like,
he had his Bible.
He's like, he was saying, I told them niggas to get here too.
He's like, da 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 da.
You can't tell me he was a part of the setup. Let me be sitting. I'd have been like, oh shit! I'd have been like,
he was like, people moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin.
That's why I had to watch the video like 3 times to figure out, like, wait a minute.